dance even when there's no music because there is always a rave going on in my head, in case anyone's wondering how that goes. Wow, the cat is all the way on the side. That was not intentional. Lovely. All right, so we are doing self-care through the Advent calendar using my childhood Advent calendar. For the symbolism today, we have the blue stocking. I'm doing them slightly out of order now because we are towards the end and it's kind of a free-for-all, don't you think? So today is the winter solstice. Yay and Yule to everyone who is celebrating. For those of you who are celebrating, what are you doing during the longest night? What kind of introspection are you doing? What simmer pot recipes do you have? All of that fun stuff. I like doing a lot of introspection during this time, going fully within. Not everyone likes doing that. Some people during the longest night of Yule, they will go through and like want to be with people. A huge thing is to stay up from sundown to sunup during the longest night. I gotta say, I ain't young no more. I'm not with it and happening anymore to be able to do that. So I will not be doing that. I'll probably stay up late. I'm hanging out with a friend, but definitely not gonna be staying up till sunrise to light a candle. Just gonna be reading tarot with a homie. So we have the blue stocking, yay! And all that it encompasses and all that it does. So I want to talk about the difference between masculine and feminine self-care. I want to be clear. This is energy. This is not gender-based. This is energy-based. I do not care what's you identify as, what's between your legs. That's between you and yourself. This is just masculine energy versus feminine energy. So we're going to use blue as the masculine energy of self-care. So this is a lot of decision-based actions. This is a lot of empowerment. This is a lot of get shit done energy. So it's to do self-care. How often do you feel better after that dreaded to-do list, after you knock out several things on it? That's masculine energy, being able to just achieve the list logically, physical strength. Both of those are very masculine things to do. And during this time of year, the fact that our to-do lists are all cripplingly long, depending upon where you live, you have to winterize your house and car and fuck snow. And otherwise, it's the holiday season where you have to do a bunch of things for other people, and it's usually in a list. And it's the end of the year. I know several people watching have that kind of job where it's like end of the year reports, end of the year's assessments, analysis, all that stuff happens. That's all very masculine energy. So those are masculine things that you can do. But then what do you do for self-care that's masculine? Exercise, cardio, weightlifting, all great options to embrace that inner masculine. Things that, so the masculine is the blade of the blade and chalice. And so you're doing things that have a point. You're doing things that have a purpose, that are a straight shot. Where feminine is very nurturing and holding of energy, this is very cutting through energy. And so you're doing things that, honestly, I think the best way to do self-care right now is to do all the things, or as much as you can, of the things that you're dreading to do, of the things that have just piled up and now are causing some kind of imbalance just because you don't like, they're on the back burner. That's not the way to go into this holiday. That's not the way to spend it. It's like, oh my God, that list is getting so big. That list is getting so big. And even if you're only accomplishing one or two things on your to-do list, it is better than nothing. And again, if your to-do list is sit around and be a potato, I am king of the couch potatoes, and I fully embrace that. However, that is not the masculine form of self-care. The masculine form of self-care is very action-based. So however that looks to you, whatever actions you need to be taking during this time of year, do them. This kind of self-care, this is going to be really controversial, that arguments happen during this time of year. And the masculine energy can be a little bit more combative than the feminine understanding energy. And so if you're going to fight, I strongly suggest you whip out the blue stocking and do it through your masculine energy. If you are right, bask in your rightness. If the goal is to prove that you are right, do it. There's nothing wrong with fighting. As weird as that sounds, there is nothing wrong with fighting. if it needs to happen. The world is not perfect. There's not light, love, and unicorn farts 24/7. And so if there is conflict that you want to get through, instead of avoiding it, lean into it. That's a very masculine form of self-care. Lean into being uncomfortable so that you can get through it faster and get through it in your highest and best. Being able to know what is best for you and just do it is an incredibly empowering thing. It's incredibly useful to just go, this is what I want to do. It removes so much self-doubt. It removes so much second guessing. And it's a much quicker way to do it. If you are self-aware, if you know yourself enough, it makes it so much easier to be able to accomplish more, which again is a very masculine thing to do, and everyone should embrace their masculine. My masculine, personally, is slightly more combative than my feminine. My feminine is way more nurturing and patient with other people. Within myself, my masculine is very, whew, let's get it done. Let's get it done. Like I went to the gym today. That was my masculine bit of today. I also did some graphic designs for some recipe cards for my grandma, which you would think, oh my gosh, creativity and love. No, that was all analytical. That was all masculine. That was, this goes here, this goes here. Let's see how that measures up and see how that goes. So that was all very masculine. So today I'm in my masculine. I'm wearing my and more androgynous clothes. So it just felt right to be talking about the masculine forms of self-care that you can be doing. And again, the classic exercise, action-based, getting stuff done. Whereas the feminine is more sitting in your feels. This is more, what can we do about it? So it's your to-do lists. It's that type of thing. This is really hard during this time of year to keep them in balance because we focus so much on the feminine during this time of year, whether we want to admit it or not. We do. It is a very feminine holiday. The birth of Jesus Christ, a boy, is very feminine. Yep. Sorry. Hate to break it to everybody. It is. It's a very, the way that it has been constructed in our society, it is a very feminine thing. So it's almost like you're losing a lot of your masculine. Sorry, allergies. I got a bloody nose yesterday. 'Tis the season. It's not winter until I get my first bloody nose. This has been my second. So yay, it is officially winter. So doing this and being in this energy during this holiday season can be very hard to identify what your masculine is. I have several clients who the women in their life are very feminine during this time of year and they feel very lost and they feel like they don't have a voice about it. And so sitting in your masculine can be very difficult. Um and I side tangent, I was watching TikTok and like moms filling their own stockings. What? That, I'm sure I'll talk about it more tomorrow when it's a different color stocking and we'll be doing feminine energy. But what? Like, what kind of families did you all get raised in? Not to judge, but I'm going to judge. That is not how it was. I'm not saying my family was perfect. My family's a dumpster fire, but we're better than that. Oh my God, like, take care of the people in your life. If someone has to buy their own gifts and that's not the dynamic of the family to buy your own gifts, that's a shitty family right there. Everyone should be celebrated during this time of year. Moms, dads, fantasy creatures in your life like Santa, absolutely. Everything should be happy and respected during this time of year. So that blew my mind watching and people saying, "Oh no, moms fill their own stockings, so at least they'll have something because no one fills them." Are you fucking kidding me? I remember being a kid and having full-blown discussions about what goes in my stocking because we all had to have an opinion. My family's big on opinions. Well, I had to have an opinion about what was going to go in mom's stocking. And to this day, like, my mom and my dad do not buy their own gifts ever for anything. It's always a full discussion about what is best for them and what they may actually want and appreciate. This year, mom got a larger gift card than normal because we did Christmas and birthday together for Gertens because we're a gardeny type family. Well, she makes badass arrangements. There's one sitting on the deck. But it blows my mind that this is a time of giving and generosity. And as much as this series is about self care, we somehow forget the people who care about us the most and doing the most for us. And that just blows my mind because that is not one, that's not the way that I was raised. Um, which again, it wasn't perfect, but at least I got that. Two, I couldn't fathom not appreciating the people in my life. I couldn't fathom not celebrating the people in my life. I would have such a hard time with that. And that's just who I am. So if you are the take for granted kind of person, that's your choice, but it's not mine. I am rambling a little bit more than normal. Off topic today. I am feeling quite off. My grandma died, and that is like, people are going to watch this and freak out, but nah, so I'm just not quite with it. I'm okay. My family's okay. Everything is fine. Please don't freak out. But no, so if I am off for the rest of the series, it is not for lack of trying. It is I am committed to this series. I am stubborn enough to get through this series. But if I'm a lot off during the rest of the series, that is why there's just been a loss in the family and we're all just dealing with it the best way that we can. So, yeah, there's just been a lot of self-care. Not gonna lie, most of my self-care has been very feminine. It has not been very masculine. So that's one of the reasons for the blue stocking. And the masculine self-care is to remind me that distraction is a form of self-care. And so if you're having a hard time, distraction is not the cornerstone of health in any sense of the word. However, if you are having a hard time, there's nothing you can do about it. Distraction can be the form of self-care that you need to do. It's a form of distress tolerance to be able to get through a hard time. So by all means, distract yourself with some chores, with some to-do lists, just to be able to get through. Remember that everyone has rough times. And if you're having a rough time, that is totally understandable. And if you need help getting through the holiday season, I am the king of self care and I am here for it. And the link is in the bio if you want to schedule a session to be able to get through the holidays unscathed or to start your self care journey. With that, by tomorrow, I will have a bunch of really cool announcements. I know we're doing this a little bit earlier today. It's because I'm going out to spend time with people because it is Yule, and Yule, you should spend time with people, or you should do full on introspection, whatever you are comfortable with, whatever floats your boat. So go forth, have a great day. Thank you so much for sticking with so far through this series. If you like this series, if you like self-care, if you like psychic development, if you like the way that I ramble, make sure to like and follow, and you will see it on a very regular basis. Go forth and be the hero of your own story. And I'm going to start signing off now on the